Hey guys, Mike here. So today I'm here to talk to you about The Old Man and the Gun. In this review I'll be going over a brief summary of the plot, my quick thoughts about the film and whether or not you guys should go and see it. So I'm going to try and keep this review relatively spoiler free. However, if you don't know anything about the film and you want to go completely blind, then let's just come back to this video once you've seen the film. So with that, let's get started, shall we?
I sat down with him once and I said, surely there's an easier way to make a living. And he looked at me and he said, I'm not talking about making a living. I'm just talking about living.
So The Old Man and the Gun stars Robert Redford as Forrest Tucker. You may remember him from All the President's Men and from Captain America: The Winter Soldier. The movie also stars Casey Affleck as John Hunt. You may remember him from Good Will Hunting and from Manchester by the Sea. So, in The Old Man and the Gun, this is based on a true story about Forrest Tucker, who was part of a bank robbing team who robbed banks up and down the country in the 80s. And John Hunt is the detective who has pretty much been assigned with the task of bringing him to justice. Now, first off, Robert Redford. Now, I haven't really seen him in many things. Pretty much the only thing I've really seen him in is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. He's pretty much one of these actors who's probably really famous for being old and probably really hit his peak back in the 70s and 80s. However, Robert Redford in this movie is just... oh god, it's just so bad. I mean, I have no idea why the guy's been nominated for a Golden Globe. I mean, hopefully he won't get nominated for an Oscar, because this is one of the most boring and dry performances ever. I mean, admittedly, his character does have some charisma, and he is somewhat charming, but I don't think that this performance is at all nomination-worthy. I mean, I think this might be another case of an actor getting nominated for their career over the performance, because there wasn't one scene in this movie where I could really see why this guy was getting nominated for anything. But still, Robert Redford's not the worst actor in this movie. That award goes to Casey Affleck. Now, again, I haven't seen Casey Affleck in many things, though I have seen him in more things than I have seen Robert Redford. And I have to say, in not one of his movies does he show any kind of form of being a good actor. The guy has no charisma, the guy has no charm, and he's just a complete bore to watch on screen, and this movie is no exception. I mean, people who know me have heard me rant about Casey Affleck for a couple of years now because of one instance, the year that he won Best Actor at the Oscars. I mean, did anyone actually see that movie? It was just so boring, and I have no idea why he was even nominated. He had nothing going for him in that movie. I mean, that was the year that I watched every single Best Actor performance. Ryan Gosling in La La Land, Denzel Washington in Fences, Viggo Mortensen in Captain Fantastic, and the person who definitely should have won the Oscar that year, Andrew Garfield in Hacksaw Ridge. All of these actors, any one of them deserve the Oscar way more than Casey Affleck. But I mean, words can't describe the feelings I felt that night, so I'll just let this skit do the talking for me.
And the Oscar goes to Casey Affleck.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
This is the first Oscar.
No!
Casey Affleck.
That means so much to me, thank you.
God fucking damn it!
Yep, truly a bad night for cinema. But you know, I could rant about Casey Affleck all day. Let's bring this back to the review. Now, other than these two performances, the rest of the movie is just awful as well. Also, the way this movie is filmed is awful too. I mean, other than the edits and the unnecessary shots they take, it just looks awful as well. I mean, I think it's probably supposed to emulate what a movie from the late 70s, early 80s looks like. But it didn't look retro in any sense. It just looked like poor quality filmmaking. I mean, the fact that this is based on a true story really makes me call into question the intelligence of people back then. I mean, not only was this guy able to avoid the authorities for years, but there's one scene in particular that I want to talk about. Now, this is a bit of a spoiler for the movie, so, you know, if you don't want to hear it, just click off the video. But for those of you who do want to hear it, stick around. Now, there's a scene where Casey Affleck's character and Robert Redford's character accidentally meet each other. Casey Affleck's in the bathroom trying to clean himself up, and Robert Redford goes to talk to him. Now, at this point, Casey Affleck's character doesn't really know 100% who he is. He knows the name of the person, he has a rough idea about what they look like, but he's not 100%. But you think the scene's kind of setting up that Casey Affleck has a inkling that this guy is the guy he's looking for. So, you know, I was thinking, maybe he doesn't 100% know who it is. Maybe it's just a bit of a back and forth kind of intimidation game that these two are playing. But later on, just in this very same scene, he calls him by his name so he knows 100% who he is. So, what does he do? Does he arrest him? Does he hold him there till the rest of the authorities get there? No! He lets him go! For no reason. I mean, he wasn't exactly holding the place up. Robert Redford didn't have any power over Casey Affleck. Casey Affleck just decided to let him go. And I'm just like, why did you do that? That was just so moronic. I don't know if Robert Redford charmed him out of letting him go, but he just seemed to not take him in just for the simple fact of keeping the movie going. It was just an absolutely stupid scene. I mean, honestly, if you can tell me why this scene was good, let me know in the comments because, you know, I'm really stuck to why this movie is considered good in any sense. Overall, guys, the performances are mediocre, Casey Affleck ruins everything that he's in, and the movie as a whole is just bland and boring. But now, as for whether or not you guys should go and see it. Now, I think you've got from context what I'm going to say, and ultimately, you should just give this movie a hard pass. There is no reason that you should go see this movie. I mean, with so many better things under the pictures right now, I can't imagine why you'd go see this. I mean, the only reason I went to go see it was just to go see a movie. I had no idea what this was about. All I knew was that Robert Redford was in it. I had no idea that Casey Affleck was in it. If I knew that, I probably wouldn't have gone to see it. And even though I had no expectations for it, I was still disappointed. So, you know, good job, movie. Okay, guys, that's my review for The Old Man and the Gun. If you've seen it, what did you think about it? And what's your favourite or least favourite movie with an aging star? Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below. And until next time, I've been Michael. See ya.